All right. Welcome, sports fans, and thank you for joining us for another insightful episode on In the Tunnel Sports Podcast, where we not only tell it like it is, also tell it like it can be. I'm your host, Nicole with the K and Y, and I'm here with my co-host, Patrick the True Truesdale,
What's going on, H-Town?
and also the man with the plan, Mr. Melvin Williams.
In Tunnel Nation, how y'all doing today?
We got a lot of plans to talk about today.
Oh man! Hey, but before we start, I did my civic duty. I went and voted this morning, so make sure everybody get out there and vote. It doesn't really matter who you vote for. It just matters that you go out there and vote and exercise your right, your duty as an American.
All right.
Oh, I did.
Okay. All right, fans, I need for you to like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right. Let's see, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Right.
Go to the Tone, Instagram, go to the Tone, YouTube. Check us out. Subscribe to us. Time we business to the best podcast.
What about on Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
There we go. Okay. We gotta get everybody in there.
Maybe he
We
did.
gotta get everybody in there.
So, Melvin, here comes my favorite part. This episode was brought to you by the Overstreet Law Firm. Facing a legal storm, unsure where to turn. When you want your criminal case dismissed, there's only one name to remember: Brian E. Overstreet, the bow-tie lawyer. From minor charges to serious allegations, Brian Overstreet is the answer when the odds seem stacked against you. With 25 years of experience and a track record of success, Brian is the defender you want in your corner. Remember, when you're in legal trouble, don't stress. Just call the Bowtie Lawyer at 281-820-4LAW and let the Overstreet Law Firm fiercely defend your rights. See, I have a shirt from the National Civil Rights Museum. How did I do?
You did great. Great job. I feel like I'm getting defended. At some point, we might need Oak Street this week once this cat starts talking.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. So first, I want to. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be a good one. So, let's see. First, we're gonna start out with the biggest win for the week. This is week 6. Minnesota versus Detroit.
Oh, that was the game of the week. Undefeated Minnesota coming in. Detroit coming in with one loss. Should have been undefeated, but it's not. But it's tough to get. But that's a tough division for them in Green Bay, and then y'all tied. So, I got to salute AGM did a good job, and it was a close game. But what was the score, like 31-28, something like that?
I think, 31-29. Yeah.
29. So I mean that game was going. That was going on as my best game, the best game of the week. And I didn't get to watch it. I was supposed to watch it yesterday, but I know he was going back and forth, and the best team just won.
No, super competitive game. Two of the best teams, not just in the NFC, but in football. Complete teams. They have skill positions. They got people on the line. Obviously, have quarterbacks. But if you think about it, no one really looks at both those quarterbacks and says, "Oh, they're top 5 in the league. They top 3 in the league. They're just good. They're good quarterbacks though. I would maybe say Darnold could be more of a game manager than Goff. Goff making throws. He's leading the NFL in passing right now.
He's doing some things, but it still is what it is. Like I said, in a good system, it comes down. So
Goff showing he can do it on 2 teams.
I expect that when the running game is on, Gibbs is going on. So
Sure.
Defense good. Both teams has been playing good ball. So we talk about the quarterbacks, but I can't talk about them like I talk about Pat.
No, but you can't talk about anybody like you talk about Pat. It was Pat Mahomes, then everybody else. And it is another level. So you got Pat Mahomes, then you got top 5 quarterbacks.
But it was a time when you had
I mean, that was early. That was early.
But it's out of position. The guy wanted that. So, hey, it is what it is.
Right. All right. So let's talk about some other games. Truesdale, Texans, and Green Bay.
Oh man, I didn't really get a chance to watch the game. hanging out with the OG, the Black Shit, the Cashmere thing. I got to watch the field goal, but you know, the game went like I kind of was gonna go. If you put the ball in Jordan Love hands at the end of the game, you're gonna find a way to win the way he's stepping up. Houston had their chances. I heard it was some turnovers. I know first half the offensive line was a surprise because I know he got sacked in one series in the first half. The little I did see on that, but I mean, you know, it's a tough loss, but they got to bounce back from it and get it together. You know, and I think play calling got to start playing a little better role. Things I've been reading and things I have been seeing, because when you don't have the best line, you have to run certain things. So they got to get together. They got to get together offensive wise.
I mean, Texans are built right now. The way they're calling plays, they're built for close games. So unfortunately, they actually have the talent to blow people out. You start thinking about their wide receiving crew. I mean, just think about it. From Dale is out right now, right? But from not Dale, Collins is out. But when you start thinking about Dale, Diggs, and the guy that's from Alabama had leukemia, can't think of his name.
He should be doing 300 yards a game.
Thank you. And so if you're throwing 300 yards a game, and now Mixon is back, and we always know they got a solid defense. They're playing close game football, but they got the talent to be beat people by 8 to 10 points.
Well, Mixon, he got the hands. He's one of the best backs I can catch on the back.
Yep. So at that point, you got to ask yourself: is it coming down to coaching? Is Slovak? He getting a little bit of a hot seat, warm seat now. Is he calling the right plays and all that talent? We're gonna see.
You know, I find it interesting when we talk about the Texans. We just have a good conversation. But boy, you mentioned them Cowboys. I mean, they get some fire up in here.
It's on the bye. They lost this weekend. That's a tough loss for y'all. First time I lose on the bye. Those teams.
Everybody needs a star in your life. You need one. Come see me.
I don't want no ragged star. I want a beautiful star.
Beautiful new blue star.
And they playing. I'm a 49er fan, but I mean.
Yeah, let's talk about that in the 49ers.
I mean, I can't see us losing the Dallas. They shut down and mess things up. But we come to y'all. Sunday
night game, prime time. I think it is in Dallas.
Last time we played y'all, we so.
Well, you feel pretty confident about that game?
I mean,
are you? That how you feel?
I mean,
we put
Hey,
a guard on that side.
You just have to wait for next week.
I don't know. That's trash.
I mean, that's trash.
I would also
you can wear a 49 shirt, and I can wear
I got shade Cowboys stuff. You got
what size
I need 2X.
4X?
No, 2X.
I
mean, you got your medium on. You want to come try to talk about me? You go to the medium.
You got medium size down.
Medium. Nah, the game is actually in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice game to go to, but we got
nice bubble to go to.
Huh?
Nice bubble to go to.
We're gonna see next week. We'll see what's coming up. McCaffrey's out, Ayuk is out, so y'all starting to feel what we've been feeling. We're gonna see. It's a different story when you're not in full strength.
He's got all the money and everything, but I mean, I expect us to have a good year, but we'll beat Dallas. I mean, that's like playing against addicts, man. So, we got
you think addicts?
49ers got addicts, junior highs.
I mean,
that ain't gonna be no problem.
Cowboys.
They struggling this year. I don't know what's
Cowboys
going on.
beat the 49ers.
But one thing I will say, we will be that. I mean, we will be, the Cowboys. I mean, junior high team. We see it's guaranteed.
You heard it first here. Guaranteed they're gonna beat the Cowboys. So
it's gonna be a blow.
When he don't show up next week, talking about his plane got delayed. You already know. He jumped off the plane.
Yeah, you know that it makes sense to jump off the plane and lose the guy. So
you should. You should jump off.
But
Yeah. All right,
You mean the leading MVP guy, Lamar Jackson, two-time MVP quarterback, leading that team to one of the best records in the league? I mean, what can you say? I mean, Lamar.
I mean, Nicole, we talking about James Harden, NFL football, MVP every year, losing the first, second round.
Can't say what you
One
want to
thing, Lamar Jackson, everything. We can get on 5 last night with them diamonds in his mouth. Yeah. So, I mean, you talk about Lamar Jackson. We see this every year. They got in here, we see it every year. It's simple thing. It's not. And I guarantee you, we're gonna put something on.
It's not happening until it happens.
Yeah. Well,
So, he playing like he give him a chance for it to happen. I know you're Lamar Jackson.
Every year.
I know you know Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, that's kind of what I see.
You don't believe in black quarterbacks. That's what it is.
Now you want to believe in black quarterbacks. Nah, it's just that.
I'm
You know what black quarterbacks got to do? We got to stereotype what we don't do.
Nah,
That's something that he don't do. He that win big games.
because he got braids and he got gold teeth.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just talking about for I can say I can't. Yeah. What's quarterback running around there looking like a real? Carry yourself right. But at the end of the day,
got to do with the play on the field?
so if you can walk around with the grill and do all that,
Go win MVP.
Okay.
That's what he do.
so why
Go win MVP. That's what he do. He walk around with a grill.
Can
He got to go
can
win
I
a
talk? Go ahead. So you can take the time and get your ass instead of filming out read defense and win the Super Bowl. MVP ain't shit. Y'all get on here and say the MVP stuff. Win the big games. He's James Harden up in the football. It's like y'all won a conference last year. Do that. So talk to me. Win, like y'all Davis say. Win the big ones.
You
You
said it before. You got to win games in order to be considered for the MVP race. And then so that means they've been winning games because he didn't win.
I'm about winning the Super Bowl. I'm about winning. I mean, my thing is, you can't even get there.
You only got two quarterbacks.
You
You
can't.
got three quarterbacks in the league right now that play the
So
Super
the
Bowl
one winning MVP all the time, why he can't get
this
to
year.
win or lose regardless? Cam Newton got to the Super Bowl this year. I mean, this year. I get every year. So don't talk to me about that.
Don't talk to me till you do
to
it.
the playoffs.
Don't talk to me
To
till
the
you do it.
playoffs. Simple as that.
He's
Win
hated.
big games,
It's
man.
killing that Lamar Jackson is clowning these boys. Clowning these boys. It's all about the wins. Huh? It's all about the wins.
Charges and a beat.
He be fishing right in January.
Along with 30 other teams.
That's right. What he do every year.
It's my Pat Mahomes and 30 other teams.
And with
So
your
every
team,
other quarterback is terrible too.
your team, my team too. But some quarterbacks ain't gonna be fishing. I can name drop them now.
Okay.
You wanna- before we move on to the Chargers
Yeah, we
and
got let's talk about that no leading quarterback.
y'all got me tickled today. Our next game, Melvin, Chargers and Phoenix. Did you watch the game?
Yeah. You watch it?
I watched part of it. I watched part of it. But I mean, we shouldn't talk about it. I mean, neither one of them quarterbacks good either. So, because they
We talking about the game.
won that Super Bowl. So why we gonna talk about that game?
Well,
They won that quarterback.
I would love to talk about
Kyler Murray and Edward, they not good.
I like
They won no
Chargers. I
NBA.
like Chargers. But Garrett Coleman did get him in field position, and they kicked the field goal. So they came back and won at the last minute and everything. So it was a good game to me, though. But I know Harbaugh was hot. It was a bad call. But salute to Garrett Coleman. He won last night.
Yeah, salute to Murray. I mean, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. Has been successful in the league. Has shown that he can play, primarily running the ball.
Next time, I thought you want to talk
What?
about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
who are you talking
Primarily. No, I'm talking. I mean, I know we were talking about it. They ain't won no Super Bowl and they ain't won no MVP. But if you're gonna comment on them, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my 2 cents in there and let you know that Kyler Murray, I think he's a top 10 quarterback working his way in the top 5 quarterback.
I don't know about that, but he's
Okay.
Garrett Coleman doing decent. I don't know if he's top 10 doing decent. But I understand getting him props because he never lost to Texas.
Yeah, he lost Texas A&M.
Texas play.
No.
See,
You lost to OU. It's first year. It's first year.
They ain't played A&M in 20 years.
15. 15.
Yeah, what?
We're gonna rectify that.
So true said, let's move forward. Let's talk about Sierra's husband.
Oh,
You know, how did he do?
Russell Wilson did good. I always look a lot better for them in there. They can get in the end zone. Fields just can't get it. I can't believe some of these fans was thinking that Fields should have started. Russell still got it. Russell did some mark stuff in Seattle. And then last year, Peyton just picked on him. But this year, kind of humbled him and he realized playing as a team, playing for a coach like T, ain't gonna handle it. But the offense look a lot better. I mean, when they got that pick in the game, motivating, they just start just scoring. But, scored 37 points. And he did his thing. I mean, I was been known he's a starter. Sit out. So it's his job. You know what I'm saying? And we talked earlier about the quarterbacks. We talked about Pat Mahomes. Who else you can name behind it? Yeah, I can name Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is that dude. And then I think he found his place in New Home. And it's going to be interesting what the offense going to do down there still in the nation. So I look forward to possibly hanging out at the University of Pittsburgh. They facility next door. We'll see my boy Grady go jump on students. We hang out over there at the facility this tomorrow. But at the end of the day, boys ball. Yeah. So we keep it consistent. Something to watch.
Melvin, we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier this morning, and you were talking about power shifting.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more about that.
Some of the traditional powerhouse in the NFL are really struggling right now. You got the Giants, you got 49ers. Traditionally, you see them. My Cowboys, they're struggling as well. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about the regular season, right?
Yeah,
We're talking about the regular season. So normally, Cowboys for the last 4 years have made the playoffs. So you can't say they struggled during the regular season. When you win 12 games 3 years in a row, that's not a struggle when a lot of teams are struggling to get to 5.
So what's your point?
So my point is, it's a shift in the league where you got Detroit, who's been a perennial not so good team. Thank you. You got Green Bay, who struggled for the past few years in that transition from Aaron Rodgers on. You got
They're doing good.
They're doing good right now. So
That's one of the toughest divisions.
yeah, it is. That whole
You want to talk about traditional teams? You got teams are not used to seeing, like you said, like the Lions. That's true, but at the same time, even teams are traditional. Oh no, if we're going to the playoffs, you still got to get past the first round. He did that.
So a lot of teams they did that too. A lot of teams they did that.
Teams got past the first round.
Name one team. Okay, how many Super Bowl they won?
They've been to the Super Bowl 2 times.
You keep talking about you got to win. So you talking about participation trophies? Okay, we give him a participation trophy. He got a red participation trophy. Participation trophy is what he won for the 49ers going to the Super Bowl. What the hell did you go?
My thing is this. You will be a traditional team and been going to the playoffs for 4 years. It's like Janet Jackson. If you can't get back to the first round, to the Super Bowl, let's get them. They go different than teams like the Lions is coming up doing their thing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So the 49ers better.
We have done a hell of a better job than y'all for the last 5 years.
So they better right now, right?
So probably the one that got the lights off on the I'm just saying, we get past the first round. We get to make it to the big dance. When last time was the second?
2 years ago.
Okay, then before that.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the last time. I tell you 2 years ago. 40 years.
We get past. Don't we made it to Super Bowl twice. We get past the first round. We do that.
Participation. I'm not talking about participation show, but I'm just saying there's a lot more parity in the league right now. It's going to be interesting to see how some of these perennial teams that haven't done well, how they actually fare as the season goes on. Because there's certain teams that are out of it for sure, like the Giants out of it, the Panthers out of it, Jaguars are probably out of it. Well, those teams
probably.
I mean, Jaguars.
They gonna be with y'all. fight for the first pick of the draft.
Is that what it is? We're gonna see. 49 like they're gonna be right there with us.
Nah,
I have to beat them this week.
I'm gonna give Kevin. I'm gonna give it our coach. That's all I don't worry about.
So I want to give a shout out to my nephew Big. Your cup is on the way. I'm gonna just do a promo. Boom. Your cup is on the way. All right. Thank you. What's up? All right. So now let's talk about something that happened. Deshaun Watson. He's out for the year towards Achilles. And I just, was going on social media and all of a sudden I hear all this woo and you deserve it. You deserve it. Let's talk about that, true. They booed the man.
They clapped on it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
That was sad how they did that.
Clap.
That
Clap.
was sad how they did that young man.
Clap.
That was just unacceptable. It was sad how they did it. But too, it's another side to that story. Sometimes you got to give it your ass. Because to me, they paid you all that money, then you go in and demand a trade. And I know him and O'Brien on the side, he wasn't gonna be that long, but sometimes you got to be careful because you can put yourself in a bad position. He had it made here. He was the guy. And, they can say he was getting rid of the Hopkins and all that, but there was some other things about the change. And a lot of people got this. And the problem with Deshaun is he got the wrong people leading him. Because ain't nowhere in the world he should be in a situation like that. That system does not fit him. You got to have a quarterback play in the center. That's why Flacco came off the bench. Then his offensive line ain't working. You know what I mean? And they paid him all that money. So it's like all that stuff backfired. So it's one of them situations where, you got to be careful. You get what you ask for. And there's off the field problems. Because I don't think he's mentally ready. Because he has some problems. You know what I'm saying?
We talk about that a
Yeah,
lot. When people, just because they can play ball, don't mean sometimes those mental
issues bother him.
they
And I'm telling you right now, I'm praying for the young brother because he's going to get all of help he can. Because that boy came out there and feel, hey, Keys up. It's painful, but at the same time, that wasn't no painful. He was.
They probably hurt him more than
He was crying. They destroyed him. Fans, some people just don't have no kind of class, But, for a man to get hurt, you shouldn't be cheering him on like that. But, man, it's like, brother, you had it made here. You know what I'm saying? Now you need to see your favor because now you got touchdown. Jesus, you got this other quarterback. CJ is a class guy, Christian guy. So, that's a good thing, but it's just sad. What you demanding for before you go somewhere, find out what they running.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers knew he gonna go what they running. I remember when Brett Favre got traded, he was going around shopping teams. He said they're not running West Coast. I'm not playing. I can't do it. He did. They went to Minnesota, fit the right fit. So that's the problem. He in the wrong situation. He put himself in the wrong situation. He was representing, put him in the wrong situation. Yeah, he got the money. You still got to produce. Because we don't produce, that comes with the practice. It's like a person paying a bunch of money for a concert. They love this artist. That artist gonna put on a good concert. People gonna be
don't show up.
So the flip side of that is that's a great scenario, as a matter of fact. Person go to a concert and a person don't put on a good concert. Guess what? The person at the concert still got paid. The artist still got paid. So Deshaun Watson, the way he set it up, he's still getting paid. Now he getting booed, and to your point, karma is it's an MF for sure, because he created that karma here in Houston when he said, "I'm not talking to the GM, I'm not talking to the coach, trade me." And then they decided we're just gonna trade, we're just gonna go get the money. To your point, instead of looking at what system like New Orleans probably would have been a better system for him, for sure, because they normally had their quarterback in the shotgun ever since Breeze has been there. So New Orleans probably been a better system for him.
But I don't know if New Orleans would have paid them all that money like that.
Exactly. But Cleveland stepped up and not only was paying them the money, but they guaranteed the money.
Right.
So Cleveland's owners pissed off every other owner in the league. They never done a contract like that. And you're gonna do a contract for somebody that hadn't played in over a year, got legal issues. And
still selling things out.
Yeah. So with that being said, now all that karma is coming back to him because he got to Cleveland, he was hurt. Now he's potentially leaving Cleveland and he's hurt. And he hasn't performed well since he's been there. but he's still getting his money. He's still getting paid. So I wish him the
But
best.
here's the thing, though. You got to understand, he's still getting his money. If you do the country, you don't do that person still get paid.
Mhm.
But people pay for stuff. And they perform, they can go to entertainment stuff.
Sure.
So if you don't perform, like, what's the matter? Yeah, he still get paid. So what we gonna do? We're gonna be rude and cruel. We're gonna talk about it, especially the social media thing. And the whole crowd started yelling. I mean, they were wrong, but at the end of the day, y'all keep saying they get paid. Black people, they get paid. Yeah, but you still got to pay.
To me,
You have to perform for those people. Because if you don't, man, that kid ain't worried about it getting paid. Because guess what? He came out there field. He picking up that check up on Tuesday, mentally messed up. Right?
What's
So
the reason
that-
why?
The more big and small say, the more money, the more problems. So if you don't produce as an athlete, as an artist, all that stuff comes to you.
I agree, but at the same time, I would say every fan in the stand got every right to boo all you want to if the player's not performing. But you should not boo if a player get hurt. I mean, come on now. You got
This
like
America
like you
is
said,
so
we can sit together, but we can't talk together, right? We sit together, but we can't
But
talk together.
America-
Let me
but
go ahead and
America
finish.
is
Let me go ahead and finish. So with that being said,
cool.
yeah, we can sit together, but can't talk together. No, we can sit together. I like to sit together. But here's the thing. Deshaun was walking out. He was getting carted off the field, hearing them shout, "You deserve it. You deserve it." And in his mind, I mean, I'm just guessing. But in his mind, they're saying he deserved to be hurt, and nobody deserves to be hurt. End of the day, he deserves to play better. They deserve to get a better product on the field. But when you get hurt, you can't produce, and not hurt, injured. Like he ain't coming back the rest of this year.
But this is America. It's always been. It's like sleep. They've been doing it like that for the longest.
Don't make it right. I'm calling out not right. But I'm calling it out not
So
being
what
right.
I'm saying is that's been going on since slavery. And I ain't make it a black and a white thing. Most of the problem is white people as a black folks saying
I
he
thought
deserved
black
it.
folks saying he
Yeah,
deserves
that's people gonna sell out. That's been going on since slavery. So what is everybody surprised at? That's what happens. I mean, you please your fans, and then you upset your fans, but you got asshole fans, and you got great fans. You got fans that love people. Love people. Look what one move family had to go through. Look at his wife had to change their seat. They're using the N word. This been going on. Okay.
So
So let's say, brother, we didn't have social media back then. Okay. So as a quarterback, as a black man, there's always gonna be some turmoil with us. That's why it's important how you carry yourself and who you have around you. Because if you don't produce good, that's what's gonna happen. If you don't produce good as an athlete, they pay you all no matter what you play. That's gonna happen. That's why you gotta be focused. Now, injuries happen. That's part of the game. Things can't happen. But when you're playing good, everybody loves you. At the end of the day, you have to have sense to know, hey, everybody don't really love me the way I run their mouth. They just don't love me for me. At the end of the day, you're a certain type. You feel that. You feel that. Such and such at the end of the day.
So I'm just calling it. You say it's been going on since the beginning of time. That don't mean we can't call it out. Injustice is injustice.
Call it out. But you
So,
have to,
so
one
guess
thing
what?
about
It ain't gonna change if you don't talk about
okay,
it.
but
It ain't gonna change if you don't talk about it. It's not right.
but you gotta stay strong.
It's not right.
If your butt don't perform, that's what's gonna happen. Because
He deserves to be injured
okay, let me tell you
because he
something.
was not performing.
Let me break it down to you. That no. Let's say this. Bullshit what they did. That ain't nothing.
Okay.
That ain't nothing. You see what Doug had to go through? The hate mail, Doug Williams. Do you see what Shaq had to go through? You ready to get shot? Come on, man. Okay. As a black quarterback, with a lot of things they went through, even at big colleges, being the first black colleges and universities, what people didn't want to see. People been waiting at that position. We've been getting done wrong for a long time. So what just happened to Deshaun Watson? Nothing compared with a lot of black quarterbacks been through. One Moon had to break in his film room at junior college. So he can get the hell out of LA Community College, whatever that school, West LA, what junior college he went to get film. And he sent it to different school, got accepted to University of Washington. Went down there, won a Rose Bowl, busted his butt. Then they won the movie man around. So the man goes to Canada and win 5 cups. He come in the league, they talk about Bud Adams like a diamond. Bud Adams was always a cheap on. But he started paying him for it. He started paying his athletes when he got moved. And he drafted 3 black quarterbacks. And people talk about him like a dog. That man came in, did what he did, and made it to the Hall of Fame. So what I'm saying is, it's a lot of things we got to be careful with, and we have to be around good company and polish yourself. That's why that position is so important. It's how you carry yourself and good support around you. I use a prime example, young man, Brandon LaFell's son. The kid when you go see the other day, this is probably the best 8th grade quarterback I've ever seen. And this kid, but with his company and with his dad, and LaFell knows the business. LaFell been around one of the best. Tom Brady, he's gonna know. This young man gonna know how to carry himself. He's gonna know what to do at the right support, right with him. Because that's Deshaun problem. That's his problem.
Well, I will say this when we move on to college football, that the mental health is important, no matter if you're playing, ball, entertainment, music.
Oh, you know, man, that plays a role, but playing quarterback, it's a lot that
That's
goes
what you
through.
think is carrying yourself, and you have to remember, you still at work. You know what I'm saying? So whether you on the field or you in the office, typing 60 words a minute, you still at work. You can't necessarily just be you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're there to do a job. We're not paying you to be you.
Because I'm not going to come back. But he got to get up and go somewhere in the right system. Then he got to get himself back in shape. Because Achilles injury is a tough injury. I don't think it's
and that's the mental
different.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
am I
tough.
going to get back? Maybe I did deserve it.
Yeah,
whatever. This had to happen. Either way it goes, this is that check for him.
Yeah.
Hey, what you going to do?
At the end of the day,
people really don't care. At the end of the day, the people don't care.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I know a lot of black quarterbacks, even ones that make it on a high level, what they had to go through. You look at the first black quarterback go first round, Dickey, from Booker T. Washington, I think 1968. Kansas City was about to draft him. Lord Wells wanted to get him. Lord Wells was the first guy, black scout in the league, was getting a black players. And Brady Raheem did. With the Steelers, he made the Hall of Fame. They can't end up starting. They want to move the man to wide receiver. He quit. So it's a lot that we've been through compared with this happened to Deshaun. Compared with a lot of black quarterbacks. And some of them stay strong-minded and survive. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So let's move on to college football. Melvin, you've been kind of quiet over there. So let's talk about the Longhorns, Georgia.
Yeah, but you know what? Georgia, the bottom line is Georgia outplayed Longhorns. They got out coached. Georgia won on both lines. I think Longhorns may have had a slight advantage at receiver, if anything, but they weren't consistent with it. So, no one thought that we're going in there and Georgia wasn't a good team. They were a top 5 team in the country. Longhorns came in at number 1 and just got outplayed at home. It happens for sure. But what I would say though is, if it's going to happen, you want it to happen now. You don't want it to happen later in the year. And no one predicted any team was going to go undefeated this year. It's a lot of parity going on in the league. SEC is viewed as one of the top teams in the league. So they're still on track to get everything and do everything they want to do this year. And they got another tough test coming up this week.
So you think no college team going undefeated?
What's that?
You think no college team?
Not in a major conference.
I mean, no. We ain't talking about the SEC now.
No, I think
you got 3 more.
It's Big 12. It's not going to be undefeated team in the Big 12.
Okay.
Not going to be undefeated team in the Big 10.
Okay.
Not going to be undefeated team in the ACC. And not going to be undefeated team in the SEC.
Those
are the power types. Who's going to be undefeated in the Big 12?
Big 12. I'll say that.
They got a shot. They got a shot.
Okay.
They're still undefeated team.
It's good to be undefeated this late in the season.
It's good to be undefeated.
And here's another thing.
Who's going to be undefeated in the ACC?
You got the Big 10 right now. You got 2 teams undefeated. You got, in which we talk about that in a minute, Indiana and Oregon. Then you have, here's the thing, major. It ain't about the major conference. Because they play major teams. You got some big thing going on in college football right now. It's 2 military schools. This
Yeah,
is the first time they undefeated in years, and they played. You know, everybody hated to play them, and they have to play some of the best of all the Power 4 teams. And they both undefeated right now. That's huge too. And the Mac when they play Army, that's gonna be one of the biggest Army days.
No, dude,
I might
here.
take my butt down. I always wanted to go to Army. You know, my boy Marcus played there. I didn't get a chance to come. He's playing in the Navy. So I might have to show my face. At the top, I got to be in the building for that game. That's gonna be huge. But at the end of the day, I got what I can say is get. I know I'm gonna talk about the game later on, talk the truth and the truth, but you know, shout out to Julian Hunt, PCP recruit. What a game you had. Homecoming for the boy from Phil Lake High School.
What's his name?
PCP recruit number 12. Dropped in. It was all over the ball. Salute you, brother. I know what I'm saying. I'm happy King, happy Lil John, happy John. Hey, what a game. Happy for you, baby. So came home and did what he got to do. So guess what? He got this. I got the ball when he let him down the road. You know, would be a rematch. We'll see. I don't know. I thought Texas could do it, but they just did what they did. Like I say, I'll talk about it later. But give my flowers to my guy, Julian.
So, next thing we'll talk about, you sent me the clip of Jaylen Merrill's dad.
Yeah,
He
exploded.
got people in the crowd.
He exploded. He exploded. That's a place. That's a place where it's over 100,000 to be there. And sometimes, like I was talking many years ago, I was talking to my boy Marcus Brooks, True Buzz, Dallas, Texas, my guy, my homie, little brother. And he was saying that sometimes it's not even good to go in them games with your child's shirt on because people could be, once again, cruel. So when they did Deshaun Watson, they could do you the same way. And then that can happen. I'm not saying he did this. Some other people that come in there talking to us, and they, you know, a lot of all that, but it was crazy. But that game was really crazy. It was like, you know, Tennessee been quiet for the last 15 years. Now they back, and they average between 97 and 105,000. So that game was deep, and that's a cigar ride because whoever win that game got to smoke a cigar. Yeah, I got to salute to Coach Josh Hyper. Came back and won, and it was a good game. But the thing I'm scared with Alabama is they're gonna get left out. They got a schedule in front of them. The team is very anticipated. See, those boys, tell you it was Alabama. It's like saying you got your dad at home and you run a tight ship. And everybody in that household knows that he runs mom and wife together as a team. They got that control. But if the daddy dies, the daddy leave, or something happens, and he's not in the house no more, then the kids start getting out of control. Start acting wild. That's
the water.
So this dude is like, it's like you running the classroom. That's a good example. You got the classroom under control. The teacher there. But that's right now, Adam, they look at that coach like he's a substitute teacher. And they act wild. Like when they played, I think it was a Vanderbilt, the ball wouldn't come out the field. Like, you know, that didn't they? He had to chuck that ball the field. You know what I'm saying? This honor to control stuff they doing. They playing on discipline. And they with the substitute teacher. They're not in the house no more. That's what's happening. So I don't know, man. They got tough road. They got to play LSU. They got to play Ole Miss. You know, Auburn's struggling, but Auburn, a lot of games come close. That's right. You never know what happens. They might be stuck out the playoffs.
Yeah, if I had to put money on it right now, Alabama's not going to make the playoffs this year, simply because they still have a tough schedule, like you said. And Kalen DeBoer is a good coach, but he is doing what I would tell you that Nick Saban used to say it. Obviously, Steve Sarkisian tells his players this every week. Play with emotion, don't be emotional. And so you can even tell in his press conference, post-game conference, you commented on the dude was turning red. He was so emotional about talking about the game and something to call.
And I don't really know how good of a coach he is because he came to Washington team already. He brought the quarterback, but he put the quarterback had no studs like they had. So a lot of them boys are getting them. So
I mean,
I was Coach Lake.
But when he came to Washington, dude had an all-time record, in Division II.
Well,
and he ran good program.
That's Division II. At the end of the day,
What you talking about?
what I'm
Washington. He took his team to the championship game.
Let me tell you
What
something.
are you talking about? It's a lot of coaches that took over for other teams
Melvin,
with their players and then get to the championship game. So if you want to sit here and question, whether I think I can I finish? Because you guess what you said. You want to talk.
I was talking to you.
No, I was talking because I was talking about how that coach was. You trying to tell me the guy in the
Coach is hard.
Okay.
You took over a starting Washington already.
And took him to the championship.
Coach, coach.
The team, the guy
Then
before
you
they take.
took over the best
The guy
guy.
before they take.
All of you take the best. Nick left down.
And they lost the time. They lost time.
They do what you not, but you a coach.
You man, come on.
Because
That's it. Tell that man ain't
You
got
got no, if you ain't got no discipline,
So how do you
I don't care.
You all about getting to the Super Bowl, getting to the championship. He got a team to the championship. You all about the appearances. Now you don't want to get this guy credit. And he got his team done last year. Thank you.
So I'm asking you a question.
It's all
You
about
got the
appearance.
best tequila. You got the best.
Absolutely.
Okay. If you lay at your apartment, say where you go, and then these club owners start balling and start getting around somebody, he just laid, he got to get your key, but once you meet him, he's gonna be too late. Some people ain't trying to deal with you. They ain't got time to be waiting on you. They take you no service. So what I'm trying to say is, if you got the best team, do what a good coach say, right? But to me, a good coach know how to take over a program. A good coach know how to win. He was at Washington. Yeah, he went to the playoffs. You lose the Vanderbilt. It's a new Vanderbilt. Quarterback to me, that should be up for the Heisman, but at the same time, it's us losing. People follow college football media. They do media like myself. Man, that's an excuse. You don't lose the Vanderbilt. And that's the same thing gonna happen to UT if they start yours. But that's something we'll talk about later on. So what I'm saying.
So with that being said, Tuesday, you know this because you deal with kids. You deal with kids, you go out and do these scouting. And when you there, they act a certain way because they know Tuesday don't play that. But what happens when a new guy comes in and they don't know the new guy, they're going to try the new guy. That's just the way it works. They're going to try, just like whether you remember it or not, they tried you back 30 years ago because they didn't know what Tuesday was all about. Now that you know, they know what you're all about. And you got that reputation coming in. To your point, the board hadn't coached at in Alabama or Texas for 15, 20 years like Nick Saban. So some of these kids are trying them. By the way, he didn't even recruit these kids, so it'd be a different story if he recruited them. And
The best. Melvin, it's like this. Sometimes you have that soft substitute teacher and you have that strong substitute teacher.
Sure.
So if you go in that class, you got that great substitute teacher, let you know he ain't playing. So when you come in the program, you let them know I'm not playing. This was gonna happen. If you don't do this, do that. So you got to set the tone. So guess what I'm gonna do next? They're gonna try to find the best coach they can. They're gonna bring you some discipline.
I think the board's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay.
Don't get me
And
wrong.
at the same time,
You got
I
to get
understand what you're talking about as far as discipline, bringing the hammer, but you people said it before. Not all these kids gonna respond to that. Not all these kids gonna respond to that. You come in and you try to be Mr. Hammer, you try to be Mr. Rigid, you try to be like Nick Saban was. Nick Saban could do it because he was Nick Saban. The board can't come in and do that with all the kids. Because you said it before, it's different, different type of kids.
But I'm gonna use Coach McCarthy. Took over the program. Coach Mack came in as they called. He went to Colorado and he was recruiting them, but inner city kids from LA. Came to Houston, recruited a lot of inner city boys. Went to Detroit, where he's from Michigan area, and he put all those kids together. There's a lot of guys from LA was from different games. Them dudes flexing with each other. They played with each other by getting stuff. But my friend Lucy Oliver told me the story. And he said that, you know, when first year thing happened, first year, those boys was wilding. It was out of control. Matt came in with the discipline. So this is what Matt did. This is what the coach had. Matt calls a guy. He said it was like the movie Lean on Me. Joe Clark called them kids on stage. They're in stage playing.
Right.
And he said he had the guys who want y'all to stand here, had them standing up, guys sitting down. See, after these guys, they no longer in the program. They're no longer in the scholarship. He said, this is gonna happen to y'all. Y'all gonna get y'all, I'm gonna kick y'all out and start taking care of y'all business. He said, you can even get pen drop. So quiet. So you have to set example, set tone. When a new guy do come in, he let him know he don't play. And everybody tells you, that's what you gotta do. Then he starts suspending guys for a year. If you look at the 30 for 30, they talk about that. And some guys he suspend for a year they still, making the league. They came back, spent for games, similar thing they do. And then what he did too, he hired a black therapist because those kids came to bowling. It wasn't even the 1% black cells.
Again,
He had to set the tone. Still won't be up, but he had to set the tone. So that you have to do when you take over a program. If that coach at Alabama gonna be there, that's what he's gonna have to do. And he's gonna have to beat Auburn too. Because he can go to playoffs every year, but if he lose Auburn 3 years in a row,
Yeah.
So we got to do.
So that's what I want to hear from you, Tunnel fans. Is discipline a problem with Alabama? I want your opinion.
In the program, you got to have discipline to get to the top.
Yeah, I got your
That's
opinion,
what-
and I agree with what you're saying.
and that's
And
what
you agree too.
Fire-
I agree
it's like
with
Firebird.
what you
Yeah, what you think? Weimar said it best. Some dude was so bad, they called him Legend something, and they played it on ESPN today. We don't have no, we need Nick back, and that's what everybody been calling me and saying.
Okay, so it's a perfect moment. We're gonna have K read a quick hits of the week and Truesdale. Since you talk about discipline, you know what? Name the top 5 you feel like discipline programs in college football.
College football.
Top 5 college. We're gonna start at number 5.
Yeah. Name in order.
Okay, so just give me 5. Give me 5.
Georgia's one of them.
Okay, I get it.
And Mario Cristobal doing a hell of a job down there in Miami because he's
Yeah.
coaching the whole team.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. Willie Fitz does a good job. This is his first year at U of H, but he's going to turn around. And he's known for having the program discipline. And then also.
You feel like U of H is discipline already, though?
Well,
The way they came off a lot of penalties, though.
He came in to set the tone.
But I'm saying discipline program right now.
Right now, he probably got because he ain't got all his guys. But we talking about not just on the field. We talking about even off the field.
Correct.
And even control and coaching.
Correct.
Because the kid could be making the same mistake each year. We just talking about just the overall discipline.
Okay. All right. So we got Miami, Georgia, U of H. Question mark.
And I said the coach down, what's they doing a hell of a job down there? SMU.
Yeah. We definitely got them boys.
Give it to old boy from Mark.
Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning. I would change that. I would change that U of H and probably go with even a UNLV, especially with the
They done a good job. But I've been somebody coach I know is known for winning. Everywhere that man been, he's won. A lot of times when you first get to a place, you don't win. They really winning right now. They start off slow, but they still got rebuilding. They're gonna get better as it go. But he set the tone with his players.
Awesome. So everybody out there, go be disciplined. Go to your store, pick up K Rito.
A quick 5 in North Show, Katie, Duncanville, DeSoto, and Peninsula Groves. All those top those programs.
What about Allen?
Allen been there for a minute, but they always been disciplined when they coach come from down the street.
Yeah.
He's at Barbara Hill.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on like that. When he was there, it was this.
So Melvin, before we move on to I want to ask, where can I purchase this?
In the state of Texas, in your local, go to your local. You can go to your local spec stores for sure, and then key local independents as well as restaurants, bars, and lounges throughout the state. So just go in, ask for the spicy watermelon. We have the best taste spicy watermelon tequila in the country right now. So and by the way, we're one of the only ones that has a tamarind tequila, spicy watermelon, as well as a mango on our line.
Yeah, the tamarind is my favorite. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, you like the candy? I wonder. It just came to me. If I pour the tequila over the candy,
Over the Mexican candy,
yeah, and then let it kind of marinate, or make like
man.
a Jello shots.
You're
You're
gonna have a great weekend if you do that. You're gonna have a great weekend. And the weekend gonna start on Tuesday. Your weekend gonna start on Tuesday if you do it on Tuesday.
But I'm a true friend because I had back this weekend.
We'll talk about that. Okay, so Melvin, let's talk about. I'm gonna start with you with Colorado in Arizona, and I think there's a rumor about Shador Sanders may be the #1 draft pick. other people have.
I would just say, you know what? Do your due diligence. Make sure you go listen to International Sportscast from last week when I talked about Colorado beating Arizona, even though Arizona has one of the top wide receiver candidates in the country. You know what? Colorado's defense were able to hold him down a little bit. Shador went out there and threw for 300 plus yards with the receiving core, even after Travis Hunter, another Heisman Trophy candidate, got hurt. I had to sit out a major part of the game. They ended up beating them so bad they had to put the backup in there. So, you know, the thing about Shador Sanders is here's what these NFL scouts are looking for. Obviously, you know, the measurables, the height, how strong your arm is, all that good stuff. Can you stand in the pocket? Can you be mobile? He's checking all those boxes. And I know it's killing Truesdale when he realizes that Shador Sanders is going to go above his boy Cam Ward in Miami simply because he can read defenses. That's one thing you can't question about Shador because he spends a lot of time with Tom Brady, who can read defenses. So he can definitely be a read defense and have been reading them since he was at Jackson State as well as in high school. So with that being said, kudos to Colorado. By the way, they've won 5 games. Go back and listen to the early in the Tunnel Sports Sky podcast when Pat said, boy, they're going to win 4 games. They talking about making a bowl. They're going to sniff a bowl. The boy, they're going to sniff a bowl. So, by the way, they're going to make a bowl. They're going to make a bowl. And they're going to win 4 games. They've already done.
Okay, so I said what they was gonna do.
So just admit
They
you
still got a long road. That's I'm wrong. It's very, very seldom I'm wrong on certain things in this business. I grant it. So I have no problem.
called it.
But at the end of the day, you got some, finally got some. But it's still not over. But congratulations, Coach Lee, running back coach of Colorado, good friend of mine. Salute you, good win. So we'll see what happens. What do you got next?
Who do they have next?
Okay, we'll figure it out. Congratulations. Okay.
Okay, so
That DNC talk about, we'll talk about that later on because I'm not even working myself.
what my ancestors were talking about a little bit about Miami and Louisville.
Man, you want to talk about quarterbacks? You want to talk about quarterbacks? Okay.
We got 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns. Was 4 something yards, 3 something.
Yeah, I think 319 yards. Yeah, 4 touchdowns. Yeah.
Cam Ward is a man out there playing college football. Cam Ward like he playing against a bunch of little boys.
Oh wow.
Cam Ward is doing something that you ain't did in a long time. And they're undefeated. It don't matter what conference you're in. You undefeated, you're a power 14. That's all. And they got a team to play with the best of the best, they say, SEC. This kid put on a clinic Saturday. Defense they play, they would. I got to give Louisville credit. The quarterback play would. It's a hard place to win. And Louisville got a program. But Kevin Boyd, he had Mike Urban over there sweating. Had him, you know, that kid is the #1 pick in the draft. Right now, if the team needed a quarterback. First of all, we don't know if quarterback go #1. We don't know what team might have the first pick. They need a quarterback. But I know it's going to be a lot of things going for this kid. He'll be the first quarterback taken up to say that. Right? Leading that candidate for the Heisman. The boy continue to do what he got to do and go undefeated, which you talk big about teams not going undefeated. Some teams don't go undefeated. I guarantee it's going to be more than one team. I don't even care what level they play on. And even Power 4, they're going to go undefeated. But at the end of the day, this kid is the real deal. He played against boys. And the way he reads and the offense he in the pro style offense and everything. So, shoot, man, that boy put on the show. I had my popcorn. That was the best game of the weekend. I picked that to be the best game. Once again, he put on the best performance.
Be a bit bored, Melvin.
I mean, I know you can go on. Yes, I'm going to go on about Cam.
Well, now, it's talking about the Pentecostal preacher talking about some door. Lord.
We got Texas A&M and Mississippi.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Well, I'm still not confident in this quarterback. But they put Reed back in. They got to go to the practice like some other team, which we'll talk about that later. But He's got a team.
That's a good team. They got to figure out what they're doing at quarterback. I mean, it's going to be a tough game when my Longhorns play them at the end of the year, for sure. But they took care of Mississippi State just like we took care of Mississippi State down in Austin. So, if you're doing apples to apples and oranges to oranges, it's lining up to be a good game later in the year. And A&M got to continue to take care of business and figure out the quarterback situation.
All right, so Melvin, why you already on it? I want to ask you, how does that happen with Indiana and Nebraska? Indiana 56-7.
So Indiana has been doing a fantastic job recruiting, kind of under the radar, so to speak. They're not getting the 5 stars, maybe not as many 4 stars. They do have a few 4 stars on that team, but like my good friend over here always says, the stars don't always measure how good the player is, because a lot of it depends on where they came from, what program they're coming out of, and all that good stuff. So Indiana, they just going out there believing that they can win every week, and they're a traditional basketball school. So he's getting some kids that are good football players that other programs didn't want, and they stayed at home, or they came in state, came from out of state to go to Indiana, and you know what? They doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, that Indiana was winning this high. It's a guy by the name of Kennedy came out of Madison High School. He played on the team when they played Michigan State. Losing. That was the last time I remember how you had a squad. Like you said, it's a true basketball school. This is the first time college game. And they're on Lee Carson's team. He had pretty good. He went to the Holiday Bowl, and they're gonna honor him this weekend in Indiana. But shout out to my boy DJ one day. One of BCP recruits transferred from Arizona. And so the deal is he built that program. He had good players already there, but then he also built the powerhouse at James Madison and got a lot of those kids transferred over and got some good recruiters on that team and got a lot of other transfers. So if that happens, you can build a team overnight to the transfer report. But right now they rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time they beat Ohio State, but the way I see them playing, they play Ohio State. They got a chance to beat Ohio State. When all get together, it's going to be Big Ten is really interesting. And I love it. I love to see this, man. I got to go with you all the way because I got to put my boy playing his last year, DJ Monell. So it's interesting, man. This is going to be really exciting. And it's good to see them have kind of game.
Yeah. It's always good when they go to programs they don't normally go to. So it'll be interesting. I got one of my good buddies who lives here in Houston. He went to IU, him and his family, and so they're super excited. Once again, they usually don't start getting excited about the school until another week or so when basketball starts. But the football team's showing out, and with their schedule coming up, there's no reason why they shouldn't make the Big Ten.
And that department making a lot of money this year. They
Killed it.
In the back of football make your school. I tell people that because the Ravens gonna average about 40,000-30,000. They gonna average 80,000-100,000.
Yep.
Right now, I mean, no matter how good Indiana is in basketball this year, they didn't make their money on football.
All right, so you talk about the Big Ten. Do you want to expand on it?
Big Ten is rolling. And it's funny because you say
What's the number one conference?
They beat Nebraska 56-7. Normally it's the other way around. I'm usually in Nebraska. And the boys for real because the Nebraska got better.
What's the number one conference for you right now?
Right now,
SEC or Big Ten?
Big Ten.
Really, top to bottom?
Big Ten.
Who's the top Big Ten school?
Indiana in the market right now. Ohio State.
So those
They're
are the top
Penn State.
Penn State.
A lot of teams out there struggling, man. It's like this in the SEC. Right? It's still going to always be the best conference, but But I got to say, something I'm going to talk about later.
Okay.
Still think it's SEC.
This is almost like one of the things when you in trouble and your parents like, I'm gonna get you later on today. You just waiting and waiting.
Yeah. I'm waiting to be done.
Mama be doing this.
You will be here.
I'm waiting to be done. Waiting to be done with him.
Let's talk about ABCU football. First, I want to start out with Prairie. They homecoming.
So the in the tunnel homecoming tour continues. I'll be out at PD this weekend to celebrate their homecoming.
Got RV too.
Yeah, I got RV out
Got
there.
in the tunnel wrapped around.
Not this year. Not this year. But we working on it. We're gonna have RB out there. We're gonna have some Inatona stuff out there as well as some K Rito stuff out there. Yeah. We got the Inatona Cup out there for sure. The big blacks. You see me walking around the big black Inatona Cup. Just know I'm hydrating, on the right stuff. We had the opportunity. We went out to TSU. Tuesday, I was going to tell you some of the other spots he's hit on the homecoming tour. So this is our first year, right? So we're looking to do it bigger and better next year. But look forward to the tunnel coming up at PV this weekend as well as Tuesday.
I'm going to Durham, North Carolina. See North Carolina Central. See two of my two buddies play against each other. Coach Holloway, North Carolina Central, and Coach Wilson at Morgan State. Cool line of assistant coach on staff. Coach Clay, shout out to him. Maurice and all the guys. So it's going to be fun to see those guys. Said like I've been at the game the last 2 years, and it's been on a Thursday night. Year before last year was in Baltimore. Freezing to death out there in Baltimore. But, weather's going to be beautiful too, warm, and even hitting them. So it's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun to see my buddies play against each other. They ain't been trying to get me to come down there. Coach Maurice been trying to get me to come down there. So, hey, you want to experience every HBCU.
Yeah. I've experienced a lot of them.
And I know everybody talking about A&T, but they said Central
Okay. I got some friends that was at A&T homecoming last year, or last week. So
I'm gonna tell you.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
So come out there this weekend, PB.
Beat them out
Don't
there.
be out there. Oh my goodness.
You got burned in either.
Poor plan.
No, it's not working.
We're gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there from Friday to Sunday.
Just
So
get the silver
come
sass.
see us on Friday to Saturday all day. We're gonna be out there. So check it out.
Start with
It started, man. It started tomorrow.
The line gonna be long getting them RVs in
I mean, yeah, it is. RB gonna be out there with it too. So, but yeah, come see us. Great thing about the Inatona team, we've done everything. We did that high school homecoming picnic. Shout out to Cashmere this past weekend. So we do high schools, we do colleges, universities as well. So look for us out there and come hang out with us in the tunnel.
It's always gonna come up for me. All right, but anyway.
I went to speaking of house. I went to a good game. Right, Sightwood, Sight Springs. Sightwood still out
Oh
there.
yeah, you did.
Sightwood's one. But I tell you, Sight Springs got some hell of a young talent. I'm talking. Go there. A lot of boys in 10th grade. So they the future. Free team to watch.
All right. So we got a couple of other HBCUs, Florida A&M, and Jackson State.
Yeah, that was a big game. Shout out to my boy Coach Taylor at Jackson State. Got a big win. So they like in the lead hunt to get to the SWAC championship. So that was a big win for Jackson State. They needed that. Yeah, they came back and won.
And we got Tennessee and Howard.
Tennessee State.
Yeah, Tennessee State.
They passed. I was homecoming. Yeah, but Tennessee State put it on them. Coach Biden, man, I know this is my guy lineman coach at Tennessee State, but I know it was something for them to see. But I thought that was great. Putting them to HBCUs. It's a non-conference game, but that was a big game.
And then we have coming up. Did we also talk about coming up Pittsburgh and third?
Yeah. Yeah, I met Syracuse in the Pittsburgh game. See my man Randy Bates, DC at Pitt, and Daryl Gill Jr. BCB recruit up there. And of course, Coach Fred and the boys and Omar and them. So it's family on both sides. So that's the beautiful thing about this game. And I can visit my boy over at Pittsburgh, play coach at Pittsburgh, Grady and all of them. So they got the facility right next to the college facility. So it's a great facility there. So, but a lot of fun. The good thing is not going to be freezing cold. So that's the beautiful thing. And all the places I know, I'm going from Pennsylvania to North Carolina.
All right, so let's switch it up a little bit, Melvin, and we can move on to our hot shots. We're gonna talk about basketball.
Okay.
It is coming.
It's coming. Next week.
October 22nd. You hear me? We have two games, and these are gonna be some interesting games because we have the Knicks versus Celtics, and then we have the Timberwolves versus the Lakers.
So I mean, you got to take the Celtics right now, defending NBA champs. Even though the Knicks have a good team with Jaylen Brunson, they made some big trades over the offseason. So they're going to have a good team. They're going to be in the mix. But early in the season, you definitely got to go with the Celtics. And then Timberwolves, Lakers. I know they say it's hard to bet against LeBron, but LeBron needs help. You got to see what AD going to do. And the Timberwolves, that Minnesota team it's a good team. They traded Towns, but they got back some good pieces from a team that made a deep run in the playoffs last year. So I'm going with the Timberwolves for that game. Not going to even be close because the Lakers still trying to figure it out early in the season. But it's going to be definitely some good basketball played this year in the NBA. Go Luka, go Dallas Mavs.
Yeah, what you think?
Go back to the championship. They're gonna take the East again. And Minnesota Lakers playing, right?
Yeah, Timberwolves and like
Yeah, well, hey man, it's coming to what's the point of it again? He's gonna tell juniors, welcome to the NBA.
That's his help. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. That's still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon, man.
Yeah, shit is over. You got last days. That's a whole nother stuff. But to the NBA.
Okay, so I'm interested in that game. I'm definitely gonna watch. Okay, so now we're gonna go inside the locker room. So I want to talk about something. So Jaylen Brown, he did an interview with Stephen A. Smith, and he I won't say he did check Stephen A. Smith, and that was a good thing because he had a problem. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go to social media. He went on the man's show, talked to the man. So I commend him for that. So what the situation was that Stephen A. Smith live on his show was basically quoting something from an anonymous text source that he received about Jaylen Brown. But he started out with, I'm a fan of Jaylen Brown. We go way back. We good. I think he's a good player. He's a this and that. All these accolades about him. But this is what the person texted me and said. Jaylen Brown is not so much that he's underrated. He's just not liked because of his quote, "I am better than you" attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he's not as marketable as he should be. And so that's when Jaylen had, problem with it because he was like, you have the number one channel. You know what I'm saying? You're going live with this, hearing someone's opinion, and it's anonymous. And so he, said it was very, common that he didn't name the source, name the source that, that said all these things. And he basically said in a very, I don't know what's the improper way, basically they need to shove their opinion where the sun don't shine. Basically, he said, not like that, but in the Jaylen Brown way that you have to I had to rewind it and be like, oh, you telling them, including Stephen A. Smith, because he also said, well, Stephen, you're my friend, and as a journalist and as a man, just because somebody send you a text doesn't mean you necessarily have to air this information out live, especially if you're not quoting the source. Because this could affect, because once you start that, where does it stop? Because now you can do this to anybody texting you, you repeating it, and oh, I like it, but this was somebody said, and that can affect people's contracts and negotiations, like with Jaylen with Team USA and stuff. Because now these rumors are out, and then you got a platform like this, it could affect people, later on. Like, so basically, Jaylen was like, hey, is it necessary? You know what I'm saying, for you to have to do this? And it's just anonymous and it's just someone's opinion.
So my take on it is, no, it's not necessary. At the same time, it goes on all the time. The opinion that they shared about Jaylen Brown wasn't like a really brand new, fresh take or anything like that. Jaylen has his supporters in the league and he has his detractors in the league. He's not. What they stated about him not being very marketable, he is marketable, but when you start looking at somebody that's won conference MVPs and is on a national championship team, he should be getting way more endorsements than he is. And at the end of the day, and the last thing I'll say about it is to kind of prove like the comment or substantiate the comment a little bit is Jaylen Brown should have been on that Olympic team. The reason he went on the Olympic team was not because of play, not even because of him not being liked in a sense, but it's because he wasn't a Nike endorsed player. And so,
Politics.
and with that being said, not only was he not a Nike endorsed player, he came out with his own shoe line.
Right.
So, which is great, which is great. You're never going to get these guys citing all their sources first and foremost, because if they did that, they would only get one story, because they get multiple stories out of these guys from that standpoint. And Stephen A. he's usually pretty good about it. He definitely hasn't been 100%, but I don't have any problem with Stephen A. going on and saying this is what somebody because this Rolodex.
I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it because Steve A. always been a person that always got to the source. He always knew what was going on in circles. And the way Brown handled it was pretty smart. Because people go back and forth on social media, next thing you know, you get into it. I've always been the person that was the source. I've always been the person that don't like to try to come out on social media. Let's talk about it to me. Let's get it right. Steve A. could have picked up the phone call. What's going on? Steve A., you got a lot of respect. These guys been seeing you since they were kids. So, and looking up to you. Same with me with a lot of these high school kids. They've been knowing me since they was kids. So I've been knowing since they was kids. So you know what's going on and keeping the relationship. Now, if you call them trying to get information from something's true, they don't call back. You're like, oh, can you doing this? But you gotta know who to go find the information out. You're gonna go around things and find out what is the truth if you don't talk to them. And so to me, when you get on the air, what a certain person told me, and you don't say the name, you say the name.
Say the name, why not? You know.
Don't mention it. Just say,
Exactly. And then that goes on.
And sometimes you might don't say the name. Well, this been finding out. If you say it like that, you can't be like, well, certain person, but it's not something. Catch another subject. Can't say no name. Come on, man.
Yeah, and that's on just a regular social level.
You can't hit me with you. You can't hit with you.
I like you, but guess what? Somebody text me and said this, but I ain't gonna tell you who said it.
I mean, but
just don't say it.
No, it is. It can be to a certain extent for sure, and I agree with what you're saying. You know what? You got to say somebody and then just put your name on it, for sure. At the same time, once again, it wasn't no brand new, fresh take. And I think Jaylen, like to your point, he handled it in the best way possible. Going directed at exactly what we're saying that the source should have did. Jaylen did.
Yeah,
he went to the source.
Yeah, he showed him.
Jaylen, right? He went to Stephen A. and said, "Hey, let's talk about this." That type deal. So, it's always better if you have the opportunity to do that. Once again, like I talked about before, unfortunately, and there's truth there. There's people doing certain things that you can't talk about right now, but you can better talk about them later. But you can allude to them right now, and then be able to add a name to it later. So maybe it's
even a guy like Stephen, he should know that you can't believe everything what you hear, everything what you read.
Right.
You couldn't be there a long time.
Well, he has to
I know that now.
Yeah.
Now, you just can't make up stuff these days because some people do that.
Right. So that goes how far does it go? Now, Stephen tried to back it up and save it by saying that after I aired three different people they texted me and they were saying like he's smart because he is outspoken because he's principled, defiant, and not easy manipulated. So I can agree with what you say about team. He's not just gonna go with it just because he's Nike and Team USA. And he also said that on the interview where he said, if I have to choose like my integrity and stuff and sign to be on a Nike, he was like, I just rather not. I'd rather just play my game and do my thing and have a great fun. Well, of course, the men speak probably more languages than the powers that be, All right, so before we go, because time is running out, we have our Truth Tunnel with Truth Dale. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit this real quick because
that's my bad. We're ready out too.
I gotta go see the bar before I leave town. Boy, dude, shout out to boy, dude. But man, the truth is, I gotta talk to this. UT, Georgia University, welcome UT University of Georgia welcomed UT to the SEC. I mean, they kicked their butt up and down the field and let them know, welcome to the SEC. They dominated up front. Here's the thing I got. It don't make no sense. You got a hell of a quarterback, number 16, Archie Man, and you don't keep him in the game. Yours just can't play. Everybody could get caught up on these kids. No one out of high school and everything. He went to Salt Lake, Gary, I don't even know, but the boy can't read defense. The boy can't even step up and pause in the pocket. It was just horrible. The boy was getting his rhythm going. Sarkisian did something that was a big mistake. He trying to please that kid and trying to please. Look, brother, you in Austin. And I'd really be surprised if this kid started against Vanderbilt. They got to put 16 in the game. That's some things on Rouse. Somebody he quit the team. That was fake. You know, get ready for the NFL. No, you got to keep playing, brother, to get ready for the NFL. Which that ain't happening. It's obvious how you play because he had a first round grade too, which that's some BS because they got split draft these quarterbacks in the first round when they're not first rounds. But at the end of the day, if they start them against Vanderbilt, you take a trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose Vanderbilt. So they better put 16 in the game. And they got to go get some dollars up front. Got to get better with line. Welcome to the SEC. The FCC up and down is still the SEC. So it's always going to be the best conference, but right now, to me, the best conference. But hey, welcome to the SEC.
And that's pretty much it because our battery is running down.
Anyway, man, we got something. But I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you go out and vote. The early voting started this week. You don't want to stand in those long lines. We have to hear all the stories about the injustice and what you couldn't do and what you weren't able to do by waiting to election day. So you got all week, wherever you are in the country, you go look up the different times, the different locations, and make it as convenient as possible for you to do your civic duty. And then after you do that, make sure you go out and you root for my Cowboys, my mom.
Woo! All right.
Sermon was long.
And if you like this in the Tunnel Cup, please leave a message because they're coming soon. Yeah. All right.
Have a great week.
Have a great week and stay hydrated. All right. Bye, guys. You said what?